Issue 53 is the left rear trim panel. This is the trim panel itself. You also get the rear seatbelt latch, the courtesy light, and some screws as well. To start off with, take the trim panel and the courtesy light and fit that into the large hole on the trim panel. It only fits in one way, so just push that into position and secure that with one of the screws supplied from the other side. Next, take the seatbelt latch and fit that into this recess here on the trim panel and push that into place, and then secure that with one of the screws supplied as well. With the cabin floor upside down, take the trim panel and fit the tabs over the screw holes and over this post here. And just push that into place like this. And then when that's in place, you can secure that with 3 of the supplied screws into these 3 holes here. When you have all 3 screws in place, that's how the inside panel should look at the end of issue 53. Issue 54 is the upper left rear trim panel. So apart from the panel, you also get the ventilation grille and some MP05 screws and some MP01 screws. Take the panel and fit the ventilation grille into the recess on the panel and push it into place, and then secure that with 2 MP01 screws on the other side. With the cabin floor resting on its right side, take the upper panel and then fit it over to the panel that you fitted on the previous issue. Line up the 3 holes for the screws. You're then going to secure these 2 holes with MP01 screws and this hole here with an MP05 screw. And with those 3 screws tightened up, that's how the left side panel should look at the end of issue 54. With issue 55 you get the rear cabin partition and some MP01 screws. To fit the partition you need to fit these 2 projections into the 2 holes on the left trim panels, and they push fit, so you need to press them into place and make sure they've gone all the way in. The tab on the lower half of the partition fits underneath this part of the cabin floor. Turn the cabin floor over and just check that the projections have pushed all the way through the holes. You can then turn the cabin floor upside down and secure the partition with 3 MP01 screws into these 3 holes underneath. you have the 3 screws tightened up, turn the cabin floor over again and make sure there are no gaps in the joint between the left trim panel and the partition, and then that will complete issue 55. With issue 56 you get the fold down panel, this long hinge plus 4 very small MP07 screws. Take the fold down panel and the hinge and fit the hinge over the projections on the front of the fold down panel like this. When the hinge is in position you need the pin of the hinge to be facing outward, so that the hinge will fold backwards like this. You can then half tighten 3 MP07 screws into the 3 holes on the hinge. You can then fully tighten all 3 screws on the hinge, and then finally make sure that the hinge still functions, as in it folds all the way back and then all the way forward without any stiffness. And then when this is done, that will complete issue 56.